Hello and welcome to class, everyone. My name is Sips, and I hope that you enjoy the lesson today. Please introduce yourselves. You can tell us your name and why you are learning English, okay? You can tell us your name, why you're learning English, or you can tell us your name and what your hobbies are. Okay, so let's start with Peter. Peter,
Hi,
please
Sips.
introduce
Hi.
yourself.
Sure. My name is Peter. I'm a new staff of EF doing IT support. And they want me to check out the system so that I have understanding of the online system.
Right, so you work at EF.
Yes, I'm a new colleague.
All right, excellent. Welcome to the class, Peter. Okay, and then we have Nisham. Nisham, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Nisam. I am a high school student. I'm studying English to improve my education, reading books, and jogging in my spare time.
All right, excellent. Thank you. So, Nisham, you would say that I'm learning English to develop or to gain more knowledge, okay? To develop my knowledge, okay? Instead of to improve your education. Right, thank you, Nisham. Nice to meet you. Roy, please introduce yourself, Roy.
Yes, hi teacher, hi everyone. My name is Roy. I'm from Hong Kong. I learning English from my job because Hong Kong is an international city. If you want to have a better job, you should have a better English. So I'm learning English right now. And in my free time, I like hiking, jogging, and badminton. That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Roy. Nice to meet you. Leonard, please introduce yourself. Leonard.
Yes, hello teacher. I'm from Brazil.
Hello.
I am a teacher at computer science. I need to learn English to because of my job. I learn to understand English. I need to understand English to read and write in English sometimes. It's the private reason because I study English, and also I want to understand English in movies, and I love to travel. So I
All
need
right.
to understand English because of this. Nice to meet you.
All right. Nice to meet you too. So did you say that you are a teacher? Did I understand you correctly?
Yes, yes.
All right. Excellent. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Daria.
Yes, hello teacher, class. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
My name is Daria. Yes, I am originally from Russia, but I'm currently in Germany because I'm studying here in Germany. And I'm a student, and as a student, I don't have really free time, but sometimes if I have some free times, I really like to read or go for a walk or something like that. And I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Daria. Nice to meet you. Pedro, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm from Brazil and I study English because I want to travel, English is the most common word. And for my job too, I'm a sonography and all papers or books are in English. And in my free time, I like to practice in box and surfing. And sometimes drink a beer with my friends.
All right. right, thank you very much, and nice to meet you, everyone. Okay, so before we begin, I'd just like for us to have a few rules of engagement. So please turn your microphone on when you are speaking and turn it off when you are listening. Raise your hand if you want to ask or answer a question. Each person has 2 minutes to speak, and if you can't hear me clearly, please let me know in the chat pod, okay? Right, so today we will be talking about accepting and rejecting invitations, okay? All right, so let's get into it. Right. So which of these activities do you like to do with your friends? And do you usually invite them, or do they usually invite you? Okay, so you will tell us which activities you like doing with your friends, and you'll tell us if you are the one that invites your friends, or if your friends are the ones that invite you. Okay, so let's start with Peter. Peter?
Yes.
So Peter,
I think I would do two of those 6 pictures. Like one is like sometimes I visit my friend's home, so I have a chat or drinks, having some fun, or go out for dinner and have a few beers, something like that. And usually,
okay. So Peter, you need to tell us, what do you do with your friends? Okay, you don't have to tell us what all these pictures are. You can just tell us, what do you do? What activity do you like to do with your friends? And who invites the other person? Do you invite your friends, or do your friends invite you?
Both ways.
So what do you like to do with your friends?
Usually just go out for dinner, shopping, have a chat and beer, something like that.
And who invites the other person?
Both cases happen.
All right. So Peter, you would then say, we usually go out for dinner and shopping, right?
Yeah.
And then you would say, sometimes I invite my friends, but other times they invite me, okay?
Okay.
Or we invite each other.
Okay.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. And Nisham?
Yes. Usually, me and my friends watch movie, and we sometimes have a gathering, small gathering.
And who invites the other?
My friends usually invite me.
All right. Thank you. So then, Nisham, you would say, usually my friends and I watch movies or have small gatherings together. Okay? Usually my friends and I. All right. Thank you. All right. Roy?
Yes. I have the same idea with Peter. Yes. Usually, I will ask my friend go out for dinner, or sometimes my friend ask me go out for dinner. Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. And Leonard?
Teacher, usually my friend invite me to have lunch or dinner. Not go out, but at their home. So, just usually I invite her.
All right. So then you'd say, usually my friend invites. Okay. My friend invites. Just highlighted the word invites for you in purple. Okay. So I've highlighted that for you in purple, Leonard. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Daria?
Yes, usually my friends and I play table games, or how do you call it? Table games, I believe. And my friend, because my flat is too small for that. I don't have enough place, enough space for that. Yeah.
All right. So what do you mean by table games? Could you give us an example of one of those games?
I don't know how do you call it in English, but we have a lot of, in Germany it's like traditional one. Yeah. Oh, I have no idea
So
how
like
to call it in
table
English.
tennis?
Sorry. And no, it's like with cards or something like that, on like kind of figures or something like that.
Okay, so then you would say, usually my friends invite me, or usually my friends and I play board games or card games.
Board games. Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot it. Board
No
games.
problem. Thank you very much. And Pedro?
So, like Leonardo, my friends and I like to have lunch or dinner at their house and go to the dance or even
You
travel.
go to? Sorry, please repeat that.
Sorry, teacher.
Where do you said?
Okay, do you listen? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Please repeat that.
So, usually my friends and I have lunch, like Leonardo, at their house, and go out to dance sometimes, and even travel to surf on weekends, on Sunday, more than other days. Yeah,
All right, and who invites the other person?
So we have a WhatsApp group, and if one of us wants to do something, he puts on the group and invites everyone. It depends of the day.
All right, so we have a WhatsApp group and we usually invite each other. Okay, so rather say we have a WhatsApp group and we usually invite each other. Right, thank you very much, everyone. Now, when a friend invites you to do something, what can you say to accept the invitation, okay? And what can you say when you want to turn down the invitation? So, for example, if you want to accept the invitation, you would say, I'd love to come, thank you. If you want to decline the invitation, you would then say, I'll have to take a rain check, or I'm so sorry, I made other plans, okay? So what would you then say if you want to accept or decline an invitation? So let's start with Peter. Peter, I see you have your mic on.
Okay. Sure. Sounds like a good idea. Let's meet on Saturday.
All right. And when you are declining?
Sorry, I already had a plan for this Sunday.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. What about you, Nisham?
Thank you. I would love to come.
Excellent. And if you are declining?
Unfortunately, I have other plans, so I can't come.
All right. Excellent. And what about you, Roy?
Yes, if I accepting, I will say sure. I will be there. If I want to turn down, I will say I love to, but I'm very busy at this moment.
All right. Okay, so instead of saying at this moment, you can say I'm very busy at that time, or I'm very busy on Wednesday if your friend is inviting you for something on Wednesday, okay? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, what about you, Leonard?
I would say to accept, sure, would be a pleasure. And to down the invitation, I would say, oh, sorry, this time I am busy. Maybe another day.
All right. So rather say, sure, it would be a pleasure. Instead of sure, would be a pleasure. It would be a pleasure, okay? All right. Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Leonard. All right. Thank you very much. Daria, what about you?
Okay.
Daria?
Yes, to accept the invitation, I would say sounds good. I will there something like that.
Decline?
And to decline, I would say, but I can't.
All right. Instead of saying I'm afraid but I can't, rather say I'm afraid I can't instead of adding the but. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm afraid I can't make it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And Pedro, what about you?
To accept, I said, nice, I will be there. Or to decline, I say, sorry, I have other plans.
Please repeat that. Sorry, I
have other plans.
All right. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. So now, what would you say to, would you say the same thing to a business contact? Pedro, would you say the same thing to a business contact that you would to a friend? Pedro? Oh, Pedro?
Sorry, teacher. To business
So would you
contact,
say the same thing to,
I will be more polite than with my friends. Like,
all right.
to accept, I say, yes, I will, I don't know. I said only yes.
Oh.
Yes, I like it. I like our invitation. That's it.
Okay.
Or,
Okay. It's okay, Pedro, if you can't think of anything now. But you'd have to be polite, right? Right. Thank you. So you'd have to be polite. Daria, what about you?
I'm agree with Pedro. We have to be more polite or more formal, I would even say. And maybe I would suggest another case or another day, for example, for invitation or something like that, to be more polite in this way. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And what about you, Leonard?
I agree with my students, with my colleagues, and I would be more polite. But in the case of to accept, I think it would be a pleasure. It's polite to accept a business contact, but however, to down the invitation, I I don't know exactly how to be polite, but I think I use the
we'll
sorry.
Get to that.
Yes, I will say sorry
we'll get
and
to that.
suggest another.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. What about you, Roy?
Yes, I had the same idea with my classmate. I think that first of all, no matter you are accepting or declining, you should thank for the inviting first. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And you, Nisham? Nisham? Okay, what about you,
Yes.
Peter? Okay,
Hello?
Nisham, you back?
Yes. Sorry. I would thank my contract for inviting me, and I would say I'm delighted to accept your invitation.
Business contact, okay? We say contact.
Contact, okay.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Peter, what about you?
Yes, I would say more politely. For example, certainly I'm free this Saturday. Or if.
All right, excellent. Yes?
Yeah, and for decline, I may make some excuse. For example, unfortunately, I have a very important meeting we need to attend this Saturday.
All right, excellent. Thank you. I like that. I like the examples that you've just given us. Okay, so we all can agree that if you were to accept an invitation from a business contact, or if you were to decline an invitation from a business contact, you would have to be more polite, right? And be more formal, right? So did you use any of these phrases to respond to a friend's invitation? And can you think of any more responses? Okay, so I heard some of you saying, I've made other plans. Thanks, I'd love to. I don't think I heard anyone say, thank you, I'd be honored. And I also don't think I heard anyone saying, I'll have to take a rain check. Okay, so now if you were to, if a business contact was to invite you, right? And you were accepting the invitation, which one of these phrases would you use when you are responding? Okay, so let's start with Pedro. So Pedro, if you are accepting a business contact invitation, which one of these 4 phrases would you use?
Maybe the second one. Thank you. I have been honored.
All right, thank you. I'd be honored. All right, excellent. Thank you very much, Pedro. So Daria, if you were to decline a friend's invitation, which one of these phrases would you use?
I would use the last one. That's really nice of you, but I've made other plans. Or
right.
are we talking?
So isn't that a bit too formal for a friend?
It was for a friend. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe, yeah, I will have to take a rain check.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. Leonard, if you were to decline a business contact's invitation, which one of these phrases would you use?
Certainly the last one. That's really nice of you, but I've made other plans.
Right, excellent. Thank you very much. And Roy, if you were to accept a business contact's invitation, which one of these phrases would you use? Roy?
Friends? Yes? Friends?
If you were to accept a business contact invitation.
Thank you. I will be honored.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. And Nisham, if you were to politely decline a friend's invitation, what would you say to your friend?
I have to take a rain check.
All right. I'll have to take a rain check. Thank you. Peter, if you were to decline a business contact invitation, what would you say?
That's really nice of you, but I've made other plans already.
All right. Thank you very much. Peter, you don't have to add already, okay? Because you've just said I've made other plans. Okay? Right. So now you have to decide if each invitation comes from a friend or if it comes from a colleague, okay? So who would like to read the first invitation for us where the green arrow is pointing? Who would like to read this invitation? So you can raise your hand if you would like. All right, Daria, I see you have your hand raised first.
Yes. Since you're only in town for the conference, would you like to join me for dinner tonight?
So is this invitation coming from a friend or a colleague?
It's from a colleague.
Right, excellent. Thank you very much, Daria. What about the second invitation where the arrow is pointing? Again, please raise your hand if you'd like to answer this question. Pedro, I see you have your hand raised.
Would you like to
Pedro?
come out dancing? Hello? Can you listen?
So who does this? Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Would you like to come out dancing tonight?
It comes from?
Out dancing tonight.
So does it come from a friend or a colleague?
For a friend.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. What about the third invitation where the green arrow is pointing? The third invitation. Can raise your hand if you want to answer this question. Leonard?
I was thinking of going shopping this weekend. Want to come? I guess it's from...
And this one comes from?
I guess it's come from a friend.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. So Leonard, remember I was thinking, okay? There's ing at the end. We have the suffix ing. So I was thinking.
Okay, I was thinking.
All right. Right. Yes, excellent. Thank you. What about the last one where the green arrow is pointing? Raise your hand if you'd like to answer this question. Right, Roy? Roy?
Yes. I'm going to a networking event this weekend. Would you like to join me?
Right, and this one comes from?
I think this one comes from a friend.
A friend, okay? This one comes from a friend, right? Excellent. That is what you think, but I think this one could be coming from a colleague because it says, I'm going to a networking event. Roy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So this one would be coming from a business contact or a colleague instead of a friend, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Nisham, you had your hand raised after Roy. So Nisham, please tell us, how would you respond to the invitation where the green arrow is pointing? So how would you respond to that invite?
Thanks. I would love to come.
All right, excellent. Thanks. I'd love to come. And Peter, yes, I can hear you, Nisham.
Oh,
I can hear you. Thank you. Thanks. And Peter, how would you respond to the invitation where the green arrow is pointing? Since you're only in town for the conference, would you like to join me for dinner tonight? How would you respond to that?
It depends. I'll give you a call at about the end of the conference. I'll give you a call near the end of the conference. See if I can make it.
All right. So are you accepting? What are you actually doing?
Are
you accepting or are you declining?
Okay. Okay. So let me try to accept. Sure.
So how would you answer this one?
Sure. Just WhatsApp me the address. I will be there.
All right. So Peter, remember that now this is this invite is from a colleague, so you need to give an appropriate response, a more formal response. Okay. So then rather say to your colleague then, thank you, I'd be honored. Thank you, I'd be honored to join you for dinner tonight. Okay?
Okay.
So thank you. I'd be honored to join you for dinner tonight. Right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Right, so who would like to tell us how they would respond to the invite where the arrow is pointing? Right, one more person, and then we'll have to move on. All right, Daria, I see you have your hand raised.
Yes, I would say I have to take a rain. I will take the rain check in this point. In this case.
All right. So instead of I'll have to take a rain check.
Okay.
Not the rain check. All right. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So you are talking with your best friend about your plans for the weekend, okay? So student A, you need to invite student B to join you in a social activity. Student B, you will respond to student A's invitation appropriately. So for example, student A says, want to go to the movies, and then if student B is accepting, they may say, sounds great. If they are declining, they may say, I'll have to take a rain check, okay? So who would like to be student A? Who would like to be student B? Daria, you can be student A, and Peter, you can be student B. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's get started. Hey, Peter. Some friends of mine and me are going to the movies. Would you like to join us?
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. That's okay. That's okay. You just need to invite someone and they need to accept or decline. Okay, so that's all right. Daria, just please remember that you wouldn't say some friends of mine and me. You would say my friends and I. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Who'd like to be student A, student B? Please raise your hands. Pedro and Pedro, would you like to be student A or B?
A.
Right, Pedro A and Sham, you will then be student B. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, excellent.
Hello, Nisha. Did you see the waves forecast for this weekend?
Yes. Yes, I saw the weather forecast for this weekend.
Okay, Pedro, remember you need to invite him, okay? You're inviting him to a social activity. So you don't have to talk about the weather or what's the current affairs, what's happening in the news.
It's like introducing for the invited. But do you want to go to surfing this weekend?
Thanks. I would love to surf with you.
All right. Thank you very much, Pedro and Nisham. You used the target language excellently, okay? Thank you. All right. So Roy and Leonard. So Roy and Leonard.
Yes. Hi, Leonard.
Hi.
Yes. We are having a party next weekend in my house. Would you like to come?
Oh, sure. I will be there.
Okay, see you then.
All right.
See you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Roy and Leonard. You also were able to use the target language excellently, okay? Okay, so now Pedro and Nisham. So now Nisham will be student Nisham will be student A, and Pedro will be student B. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right. So now, Nisham, you need to invite Pedro. You need to invite Pedro, and Pedro is your business colleague. Okay. So now you are inviting him to do something with you.
Okay. Should we go to the press conference next weekend?
Yes, I have to be honored.
Okay.
Please repeat.
Yes, I have to be honored.
Okay. All right. Thank you very. All right. Thank you, Pedro and Nisham. So Pedro, you would then say, yes, I'd be honored. Okay. Instead of, I have to be honored. Okay. Pedro, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Be honored.
All right, thank you. And Nisham, instead of saying, should we go to the press conference next weekend, you are inviting him, okay? So you're not making a suggestion, you're inviting him. Then you would say, would you like us to go to the press conference next weekend, okay?
Okay. Would you like us to go to the press conference next weekend?
Excellent. Right. Thank you very much, Pedro and Nisham. Okay, now let's go to Daria and Peter. So, Peter, you will now be student A, and Daria, you will be student B.
Okay. Hi, Daria.
Hello, Peter.
Hi. Since we are going to have a dinner with our new partner company, general manager, is Friday night. Would you like to join us?
On Friday night? Thank you. I'd be honored.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. That was excellent. Peter, rather when you're inviting Daria, say, would you like to join us? Would you like to join us for the welcoming dinner of our new business partner?
Okay.
Or our new partner. Okay? Right, excellent.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you. And Leonard, you will now be student A, and Roy, you can be student B, okay?
Okay. Hello, Roy. My friend and I are planning to play soccer this Saturday Are you interested to join us?
Okay,
Well,
Leonard, just remember that you are now inviting Roy as your business colleague. Okay, so Roy is your business colleague. Okay.
Oh, okay, sorry.
No problem, not a problem at all.
Okay. Hello, Joy. The team, yeah, I was talking to the team, and I am planning to go to play soccer to we have to know each other and have a social interaction with all the guys of the team. Are you interested to join?
yes, thank you for inviting me. I will be honored to join you.
All right. Leonard, you mentioned that you were having a social get together with the team. Yes?
Yes. I don't know exactly the words to talk about when it's working at them.
Right. So then you would invite Roy and say, okay, hello Roy, would you like to join us for a team building event this weekend or this Friday or something? You can be specific with the day or the date. Okay, so we call that team building. Okay, where colleagues are getting together to know each other. So we would call that a team building event. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So then you would say, hello, Roy, would you like to join us for a team building event this weekend? All right. Okay. Peter? Oh, please turn off your microphone.
Yes.
Please turn off your
Yes.
microphone, Peter.
Now it's on.
All right. So today we discussed ways to respond to invitations. We practiced accepting and rejecting invitations, and we also gave appropriate responses to invitations from friends or business colleagues. Okay. So now we have come to the end of our lesson today. Do you have any questions for me? Any questions? All right. So if you find that you have any questions or you have some questions at the end of the lesson, please feel free to send me an email. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. But before we go, I'd just like to point out that we say business contact, okay, instead of business contract, okay, because I think we all know that a business contract is something that you sign, and a business contact would then be someone like a colleague, okay, or someone that you work with, okay. So I have highlighted all I've corrected your errors using pink and purple highlighters under your names and also under the dialogues that we had, okay. So that's it from my side, everyone. You can stay in the lesson and discuss these questions with each other. Are you more likely to refuse an invitation from a friend or from a business colleague, and why? Or who would you never refuse an invitation from? Okay, so thank you very much and goodbye.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.